At the Bible Investigation Bureau, we stand firmly as independent truth seekers. We do not endorse any particular day, whether Saturday, Sunday, or any sabbatical tradition, as the absolute Sabbath. Our mission is not to attack or criticize anyone's personal beliefs or practices. Instead, we invite all open-minded individuals to join a community dedicated to honest exploration, respectful dialogue, and the pursuit of truth. Here, no doctrine is above question, and no viewpoint is beyond respectful consideration. Together, let's seek understanding without division, and grow in knowledge without judgment. Truth is a journey, and everyone is welcome on this path. In 1900, an American bishop offered a substantial reward of $1,000, a huge sum at the time, for anyone who could present historical evidence that the Sabbath had been changed from the sixth day, Saturday, of the church week to Sunday. No one was ever able to claim the reward. This is because Daniel chapter 7 verse 25 in the original Hebrew Bible does not say the beast would only change the times, but the entire calendar system. This clearly shows that an ancient calendar system once existed, but what was that calendar? Genesis chapter 1 verses 14 to 18 reveals the foundation. God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the sky to separate day from night and to mark sacred times, days and years." And it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to govern the day and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars and set them in the sky to give light on the earth and to separate light from darkness. God saw that it was good. Here are the three heavenly elements that truly govern the biblical calendar: the sun, the moon, and the stars, placed in the heavens for all humanity to see. This is different from the church calendar posted on our walls. God made the sun to govern the day, the moon and stars to govern the night, but in the church calendar the first hour of the day begins at midnight. This implies that the sun governs both day and night, which is unnatural. Their midday, or 12 p.m., occurs while some people are still in the middle of the night, further proving this calendar is disconnected from natural order. Exodus chapter 12 verses 1 to 3 recounts God's instruction to Moses and Aaron in Egypt. "This month is to be for you the first month of the year. Tell the whole community of Israel that on the 10th day of this month each man is to take a lamb for his family, one for each household." Tragically, God's people are still in a kind of exile today, needing to relearn the true calendar even while in captivity. The months in the biblical calendar have names. The first month is Abib, later renamed Nisan. You will not find a month named Abib or Nisan in the church calendar. God does not change, nor does he cast a shadow of turning. So how was his calendar of governance replaced by the church's? The calendar God restored here is the one meant to be used to calculate the appointed times for sanctuary services, and it should also be used by spiritual Israel. Let us examine the biblical evidence. The Sabbath is counted from the new moons, which causes it to always fall on these dates, the 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th of the lunar month. These dates are based on the biblical calendar, not the church calendar. Leviticus 23 speaks of the holy festivals or appointed times based on the Creator's calendar. A unique feature of this calendar is that the Sabbath occurs on unchanging days of the lunar month. You don't need to remember which day of the week it was. You just need to remember the last Sabbath date, and you'll know today's date. Even if you were lost in the forest, you could wait for the full moon to appear and count from there. In the biblical calendar, the Sabbaths always fall on the 7th day from first Sabbath of the month, the 8th, second Sabbath the 15th, third Sabbath the 22nd, and fourth Sabbath the 29th. Biblical proof: wherever the Bible mentions Passover, you see the Sabbath always follows it. Joshua chapter 5 verses 10 through 12 says, "The Israelites camped at Gilgal and kept Passover on the 14th day of the first month. On the next day, the 15th, they ate unleavened bread and roasted grain from the land, and then, on the third day, the 16th, manna ceased." The Sabbaths in that month were the 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th. John chapter 12 verses 1 through 15 offers further alignment. Verse 1 says, 6 days before Passover, Jesus went to Bethany. So, Passover fell on the 14th, then the Sabbath came on the 15th, and first fruits, meaning the resurrection, was on the 16th. John chapter 19, verses 31 through 32, clearly confirms that Jesus died on Passover the 14th, and the next day, the 15th, was a high Sabbath. The rest of the evidence, honestly, just keeps building. There are multiple scriptural and historical proofs for lunar-based Sabbaths. Now, here's the thing. There's a critique of the church calendar, and it's that it disconnects timekeeping from the observable heavenly signs, like the sun, the moon, and the stars. So, the conclusion is, well, pretty clear: Saturday, as fixed by the church calendar, is not actually the true Sabbath. And honestly, these two calendars just can't be mixed, just as light cannot be blended with darkness. A final example clarifies this difference. In Acts, Paul stayed in Troas for 7 days. The Creator's calendar, with its holy feast days and Sabbaths, is determined by new moon sightings. This only works on the biblical calendar based on the new moon, where months and weeks restart with each new moon. The new moon day is of immense value. It serves as the reference point for all other days and will remain forever, even in the new heavens and new earth. Isaiah chapter 66 verses 22 through 24 declare, "As the new heavens and new earth endure before me, so will your name and descendants endure. From one new moon to another and from one Sabbath to another, all mankind will come and bow before the Lord." God's Sabbaths are a sign between Him and His people, a lasting covenant. The famine we face today is that no one can identify these signs using the church calendar, the calendar used worldwide. What is commonly accepted must be abandoned if false, and what is unknown must not be automatically dismissed as false. Men and women of integrity who have been deceived but come to know the truth should leave falsehood, or choose to remain deceived. Truth doesn't fear investigation, and neither should we. The calendar you follow may shape more than just your week. It could actually define your worship, your loyalty, and even your understanding of God's design. We're not here to argue tradition. Instead, we're here to uncover truth, no matter how ancient, no matter how buried. So if Saturday and Sunday are the twin inventions of man, then what really has the Creator established? The journey doesn't end here. This is only the beginning of the case. We are the Bible Investigation Bureau, and the truth is our only agenda. Join the investigation.